journey for 3 years. And barely last year in December, I can say I sat in my full understanding of who I was, why I was, and what I was here to do. Ask yourself that. Who are you? Why are you? What are you? And what are you doing? And why are you doing it? Like I said, we wake up every day to go to work, to take care of our children, to do all these things. But once again, if everybody on this whole earth right now, everybody in this earth, I don't care in what region, what country, if we all lived in our purpose right now, there would not be one problem in this earth. Not one at all. Not one. There would not be one problem dwelling in this earth if we were all living, walking, and breathing in our purpose, exuding our purpose in your light. So, let's talk about it real quick. When you are aware at all times, this is the only way, once again, you can see, hear, feel, and receive what Spirit is telling you. Another thing is, you got to understand, we are energy, vibration, and frequency, okay? You are energy, vibration, and frequency. Let me say it one more time. You are energy, vibration, and frequency. Your objective is every day, once again, is to be able to vibrate at a certain frequency and vibration. When you are able to do this, that means your energy then pulls everything into you that is on this same frequency and vibration. So, once again, if you got a lot of bullshit going on in your life, well, guess what? That's because that is the energy, vibration, and frequency that you are exuding, whether it be conscious or subconsciously. Okay? When you find yourself in situations feeling like you've done all you can do and nothing is changing, this is why. Because once again, no matter what your mouth is saying, see, because once again, a pair of lips will say anything, but actions always will speak louder than words, right? So once again, when you find yourself in these spaces, this is because that is the energy, vibration, and frequency you are exuding. When you begin this journey of awakening, when you begin this journey of going into your higher self, you must be able to vibrate and raise your frequency up to the place where God, Spirit, Buddha, Allah, your higher self, once again, is vibrating at. Okay? Now, the thing about it is hard to do. Yes, I know it is. Listen, I know it's hard to be in the hood. Listen, let's talk about it right quick. I know it's hard to be in the hood, and where you get up and everybody's doing these hoodly things, and you are a queen. Yeah, I know, because that's where I was raised. I come from the hood. I come from waking up every day to go outside, not to see nothing but dope and the fast life, prostitution, all these things. So once again, how do you vibrate at this frequency when everybody else is down here? This is once again you being able, your thinking being able to control your environment, and your environment not able to control your thinking. Just because you see a thing doesn't mean that you have to do it. Just because you think a thing doesn't mean that that is true about yourself. So once again, you have to really understand this energy, vibration, and frequency situation. Okay? Because once again, that is what we are. So now, when you're able to vibrate, elevate, raise your frequency up to a higher elevation, a higher vibration, that means once again, your energy will then begin to pull down these positive things into your negative situation, into your negative space. Once you master that technique right there, you then begin to create your heaven on earth. You then now become creator. Once again, remember, you have the power to create your world. You have the power to create your situation the moment you decide that you want better. But the thing about it is, you have to vibrate now at that changed frequency. You have to now vibrate at that now higher elevation. Okay? So once again, and I tell y'all this all the time, you know, this is what meditating is for. This is what grounding is for. Okay? This is what music is for. Whatever, listen, the thing about raising your vibration is there's no specific thing. Whatever makes you feel good, that is the space and energy that you now surround yourself with. I also call it what? Your cocoon. This is when you go into that space, okay? Now, the other thing about this thing is too, when you really do decide to take this journey, well, you know, you're going to have to begin to sacrifice some things. I mean, people, places, and things, because you're no longer going to be able to do the things that you are normally doing. Another thing about this journey is, especially if you're chosen, and listen, don't get me started about if you're chosen. Have you ever even asked yourself, are you chosen? You don't even know if you're chosen or not. What if you're chosen? If you're chosen, that means you have an obligation to not only to your family, but to this whole world. Because you have an impact and a thing that here that only, once again, that you can do. Let's also talk about when you chosen, that means God, your ancestors, spirit has chosen you to now break generational chains, cycles, bondages, and things off of your family bloodline. Okay, so that means you now rewriting history. No, let me go like that means now you undoing and rewriting history, because now you got to undo all of the things that your ancestors and them have inflicted onto your bloodline and redo. So now that means anybody after you now will fall into the vibration that you created. How beautiful is that? How powerful is that? But it is a lot of work, absolutely. So I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not. It is absolutely a lot of work. I'm going to tell you this here. In this journey right here, you have no space for ego. You have no space for pride. All that goes out of the window. Once again, this is, how can I say this? This is the place where you strip down. This is the place where you take off all your masks. This is a space where you, anything that's been holding you down, anything that somebody has done to you, this is the space where now, once again, all those things begin to fall away. Okay? So, when we talk about the darkness, when we talk about your soul illuminating, I need you to understand that all the darkness means is the absence of light. The absence of light. The absence of light. The absence of light. Darkness means the absence of light. Okay? Now, let me tell you one thing about the light. I don't care how dark it is. Where you are, where you reside, listen. I don't care how small the light. Listen. Because it's going to be small at first. Your light is going to be small at first. It is because, you know, the deeper you get into this journey, the deeper you get in, the more and more your light becomes illuminated, right? The harder your fire begins to burn, right? But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this thing about the darkness once again. Look. You see that light on? Look, watch this. Look. Right? Let's go a step further. Let's make it real. So look, check this out. This is the thing about the darkness. Listen, you see? Because this is how it was when I was in my darkness. This is the thing about the darkness. It's scary. you can't see nothing.